Ever find yourself rewatching a childhood favorite only to realize it didn't quite hold up? Nostalgia is a powerful thing, especially when it comes to anime. Uh, and those series we devoured as kids often feel larger than life in our memories. And but strip away the rose-tinted glasses, and a critical rewatch can reveal some surprising flaws. The shonen genre, with its high-octane battles and unwavering heroes, is particularly susceptible to this phenomenon. Uh, what once felt epic can now seem stretched, repetitive, or even a little bit awkward. Let's take a look at some classics and see how they measure up today. Dragon Ball Z practically invented the extended battle arc, but those fights, um, they often dragged on for dozens of episodes, um, filled with characters yelling and hair-changing color. Uh, Modern series like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer deliver similar thrills with a much tighter pace. And then there's Naruto, a beloved series plagued by filler, and roughly an entire season's worth of episodes are non-canon, filled with storylines that contradict established character arcs. Uh, it's like the show forgot what made it special. Bleach wasn't much better. Uh, Important story arcs were interrupted by filler, killing momentum at the worst possible times. That interruption deflated tension and made the series feel disjointed. Inuyasha stretched a simple romance across 167 episodes, constantly resetting emotional progress. What felt electric on the first watch feels tedious on a rewatch. Ranma Half was innovative, but its humor relies heavily on gender transformation, which hasn't aged gracefully. And um, what was once absurd slapstick now feels problematic. Rurouni Kenshin started strong, but its third season abandoned that quality. They became feet comparisons with unsatisfied original filler content, contradicted the series' established tone, leaving viewers with an unsatisfying conclusion. Fairy Tale consistently undermines its own stakes. Uh, Characters survive impossible situations, and villains are always conveniently reformed. It's like the show refuses to let anything stick. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters is a phenomenon, but its rules were constantly changing mid-game. The writers would invent new cards and abilities whenever the narrative demanded it. Slam Dunk is a masterpiece manga, but its anime adaptation ended before reaching the peak of the story. Um, we only got 2/3 of the full experience. Fist of the North Star was groundbreaking, but its formula quickly became repetitive. Every arc followed the same pattern: cruel warlord suffering civilians, Kenshiro's inevitable victory. Um, so, are these series bad? Uh, Not necessarily. They paved the way for many of the anime we enjoy today. Um, but let's be honest, nostalgia can only carry a show so far. And yeah, they still end. Uh, Sometimes those childhood favorites just don't live up to the hype. But, and speaking of hype, did you know that Kenshiro's pressure point fighting style is so effective it could probably take down a whole buffet? I'll see myself out. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.